Monday night live stream today, and this is going to be, I guess, our Christmas show, right? We are back here in the office, not at my home. We get to have my little monitor up there with our name up there. We got a little visitor here from college. I think you all remember my daughter, Jamie. So I forced her to come in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Before she goes home. So her mom was making her work.
Yeah.
All week, right?
Yeah. That's okay though. I can spend more time with you, Dad.
There you go. See, it's all good. It works out.
I'll watch your live. Well, I won't watch it, but I'll listen on the way home.
Okay, sounds good.
That'll be my podcast for the day.
All right, sounds good. So there you go, everybody. Jamie Miller, I don't think y'all met Joey yet.
No.
I don't know if we'd be able to get him on this. But anyways, hi everybody. Sandy, she was like, I saw she posted something about 5:30. So, appreciate you jumping on. We're not going to have Kevin and Karen here today. They're actually, well, I was going to say they're in town, but they're not in town. They're off on a cruise. So, since they're off on that cruise, he told me ahead of time, no pictures of Gio, and they won't be on tonight's live chat, but it's all good. I'm going to see Kevin and Karen on Friday, I believe. I think I've got them scheduled for lunch on Friday. So let's see. Friday. Kevin and Karen. That's it, Friday. Looking forward to that. All right, let's jump right in. Oh, before I jump right into some of our chats, we do have a guest speaker today. I tried to get a home insurance guy in here to talk to us. The guy I knew works for, is it Allstate? I get those two confused. Allstate, State Farm, I can't remember. Maybe it's State Farm, I can't remember. Anyways, his broker would not let him come on here live, so really don't know anybody else. We'll keep working on that. Blakely was supposed to have worked on that, but anyways, we have BJ Brian Spencer coming in today or tonight, here in about a half hour, and I know y'all said you'd like to have somebody come in here talk to you a little bit about what the market is doing in the mortgage industry and where interest rates are going and all that stuff. So we'll have Brian, BJ coming in here shortly. But until he gets here, let's answer some questions. So Sandy asked, right out of the chute, Ira, can you explain why there is a large area south of Lake Sumter Landing to 44 that is all electric opposed to gas? Let me tell you something funny. So, I guess most of you or all of you know I used to work for the Village's sales office from 2000 to 2009. So, I will tell you, homes in the Villages from 1999 to 2006, gas. After 2006, all the way up until they got into the new area there, Finney, DeSoto, Linden, Marsh Bend, all that area. We'll just say south of the Turnpike. How's that? That makes it easy. All those homes south of the Turnpike, even though there's some north of the Turnpike now, I get it. Yeah, from 2007 to 2017 for 10 years, no gas. And it's pretty funny because when there was gas, I ran into a bunch of people that didn't want gas. Don't want gas, don't want gas, I'm afraid of gas, all that stuff. So after 2006, when there was no more gas, then we had people, where's the gas, where's the gas, where's the gas? So it's kind of hilarious because half the people want gas, half the people don't. And I can tell you, I just sold a home in Citrus Grove, which is 2021 area, which is actually north, well, I guess north of the turnpike, but anyways, it doesn't have a furnace, gas furnace, it has a heat pump. So even though that home over there has gas, has a furnace, has a heat pump, doesn't have a furnace. So not all of the homes are total gas. Anyways, why? I don't know, because, so I worked for the villages, like I said, from 2000 to 2009. And so they stopped the gas in 2006, and all of us salespeople were saying, what happened? Why don't we have any more gas, right? And if anybody knows anything about the villages, they don't tell you anything. They tell you absolutely nothing. Why isn't this? Why isn't that? Why do you have bonds? Why don't you get rid of the bonds? They never answer, or they never give you a reason for anything. So I know a lot of people get fired. Why do they get fired? They don't tell you. So anyways, so it leaves it wide open for speculation. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speculate. So if they don't tell you, then we're going to speculate. And I can only speculate as to why there is no more gas. My speculation is the gas company gave the villages all the gas lines, all the underground gas lines to throw in there in the trenches with the rest of the underground, because in the villages it's all underground electric utilities. So water's underground, electric's underground, and the gas was underground. And I can only speculate that the gas company, which is TECO, and TECO is Tampa Electric Co-op for the gas company. TECO said no more lines. If you want to put gas in your community, you'll have to buy the gas lines. You'll have to get the gas lines yourself. That is the only reason I can possibly think of why there was no more gas after 2006. TECO simply said, if you want to keep putting gas in, you're going to have to put your own gas lines in. So that's the only speculation. Until a better answer comes along, I'm sticking with that one. All right, so Jerry Bell. Good evening. Thank you for joining us, Jerry. Appreciate it. I hope my dad Skip comes on too. Actually, I'm going to see Skip. Skip has a Patreon. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I guess he didn't care. He has a Patreon luncheon on the 20th that he invited me to. So I'm probably going to sneak over there. He said I can bring anybody I want. Well, I don't know. Does Skip know? I have 3 people on my team. So he might be feeding 4 people if he's not careful. But he did, so there you go. Kamala! Kamala, thanks for joining us this evening. One of my regulars, I appreciate it. What do you think about the new village Newell? Well, we don't know anything about Newell. And here's the deal. I guess y'all may or may not know, I cannot sell new homes. The village's sales department or the village's developer themselves will not let agents like me in the MLS sell their new homes or even their listings. And I'm getting ready to do a video on VLS versus MLS, because I think a lot of people are under the misunderstanding that they think they can get better exposure in the VLS, and the villages banks on that. Well, you know me, I mean, the reason I started this video channel was to just go out there and just, you know, be upfront with everything that the sales office seems to not want to be forthcoming with. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do kind of a reason why we get more exposure, because if you think about it, the MLS is the provider to the third-party online websites like Zillow, Trulia, realtor.com, homes.com, Redfin, all of those online real estate websites. They all get their listings right from the MLS. None of the village listings are in any of those third-party online real estate websites. So they don't belong to the board of realtors, they don't belong to the MLS, so they don't go into those third-party online websites. So I tell everybody, where is the first place somebody goes when they want to look for property? The first place: Zillow, Trulia, realtor.com. Those are the big three. Then you have Redfin. Then you have homes.com. So that's the first place anybody goes, whether it's in the villages or outside the villages, where they go to look for homes. So we're going to do a video about that. But getting back to Gamala's question, do I know anything about Newell? No, I don't. However, I kind of got off on a tangent. I don't really keep up much with the new area because I can't sell homes in the new area. But this is an information channel, so Christian actually asked me today if we can go out on Wednesday and do a little filming in the Sawgrass, the new Sawgrass area, where they have a little mini downtown area, mini square. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go on Wednesday and we're going to fly the drone, and I guess Newell is out there as well. So we will probably be going flying around and showing you and being on the ground. Maybe we can interview some people. So if some people recognize us, maybe we can come up there with the microphone and say hey and ask some questions. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing that. Probably by the time we edit it and everything, it'll probably be next week before it hits our channel. But we want to stay current, and we're going to try to do a lot better effort, a little better job of staying current. And we're really looking forward to trying to bring you some new homes. Now, we've really tried hard to get some for sale by owner people to let us come and video their home. I don't get what the deal is with that, because we've actually offered to video their home for free. We told them we're not even looking to list your home. All we want to do is put it on our YouTube channel for free. So what are some of the advantages to that? if I don't know if Christian, who's here, but we have a brochure. I'm going to have Christian kind of bring us a brochure. Hey, Christian, bring me a brochure, the FISBO brochure. So we've asked, hey, okay, so here's what we did. We mailed one of these brochures to all the for sale by owners. We did a special video for the for sale by owners, and so when you're looking at for sale by owners, they have a telephone number you can call to get a showing or whatever of that home. We texted a link to our video, and then we actually got in the car, went out, knocked on everybody's door. Thank you. And we actually handed them one of these brochures. And, whoops. So, oh cool, we got our logo on here too. I don't know if y'all are aware of our logo. This is, let's see if you can see it. I don't know, it's kind of dark because we have our lighting. That's our new logo, which I really like. And this is our brochure for the for sale by owners, free of charge, maximizing your exposure on the internet, a free video to share with your buyers. So when somebody was to call, we were like, hey, we're going to do a free video for you. You can share it with your buyers. Not only that, but when people go on, people make comments about the home. If they like it or they don't like it, if it's overpriced, if it's priced fairly, if it needs something or whatever. This is really good feedback. So I don't get it. We got no takers for a free video. I don't get it. Anyways, so I digress, I'm sorry. So we're gonna go to Newell, I think. I'm pretty sure Newell's out there around Sawgrass. So we're gonna go out there. So stay tuned for that, Gamala. And you'll see, I'll make sure that we get by Newell, okay? All right, Lee Schultz. Good evening, Ira. 2 more years, so don't retire till after we get there. Well, if any of you saw the beginning of this show, you saw my daughter, Jamie, and she is in her master's program at Florida State University. So she has another 1.5 years to go for that master's. What is she doing? She's in interior architectural design. So she's kind of taken after the old man here, because that's how I started my career in architectural technology as a draftsman. I used to draft homes and floor plans of homes by hand. We didn't have CAD when I first started. That's all she did. I had to buy her this supercomputer to try to keep up with how much her CAD program, her computer architectural drafting design program, takes up on a computer. But anyways, so I can't retire. I've got a while to go. And then once my kids get out of college, I still have Joey, my son. He's 20. He's in University of North Florida, getting his finance degree. He's taken after his mom, who's the banker of the family. She's in banking. She's in banking administration. Anyways, no, I can't retire, Lee, so I'll be here for you. All right. So, hey, Angie, thank you for joining us tonight, and Laura as well. Good evening from Chicago. So many of you have seen Laura, I think, on Skip's show. So Laura looks like she's a couple years away as well. Okay, quickie question, Mr. P. How often does the power go out in the villages? Do most people have generators? Great question. So 2004, we had 3 hurricanes come through here. Gene, Francis, and Charlie. And Charlie was so fast coming from the West Coast where Ian recently hit, that it just kind of really devastated us here. I actually rented a home here in the villages because all the electric is underground. So it hardly ever goes out. And when it does, it's only for a few hours. So do you need a generator? I would say do not waste your money on a generator for the villages, because like I said, everything's underground. If anything happens, it might go out at a transfer station, but it's pretty quickly. And the villages has a lot of pull around here too, so they're not going to let you go without power very long. So don't worry about that, Mr. P. All right, so bring everyone from the chat. Yeah, this gives party. Hey, he said I could bring anybody. I think anybody. Let me just look real quick before I see what Mr. Skip had to say here. There it is. There it is. I want to extend an invitation to you and anyone you want to bring to lunch, to our last Patreon lunch. I'm assuming the last one for the year. Not ever. Anyways, that's cool. All right. So, wait a minute. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, I think. All right. So let's see. Daughter needs to finish pharmacy school before we can move from Pittsburgh. She's already in Florida at school. But where in Florida, Lee? Where's your daughter going to pharmacy school at? I'd like to know that. The village's sales agents aren't realtors either. That is true. And if anybody kind of questions the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor, realtors are bound by a code of ethics. So we venture outside the code of ethics, we could be brought in front of the board of realtors and they could suspend us from the MLS. I mean, that's the worst case scenario is, and if we've done something, really bad that could affect our license, we could have our license taken away too. But normally, as far as a realtor goes, we are bound by the board of ethics, and so we want to make sure that we give you our honesty and our what else would I call it? Dignity. But yes, they aren't realtors, they're just real estate agents. They are licensed by the state of Florida, and they do have to abide by certain rules under the Department of Business and Professional Regulation, or DBPR is what it's called. And that's where you can look up any realtor to see anything about their license is under the DBPR in the state of Florida. So Jack's always complimenting me. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I try to be the best I can be as far as a realtor goes, and honesty and hard work, and do whatever we need to make everybody happy. So that's what we do. All right, let's say I have spent all of my retirement funds, but I have a home with $350,000. Is there a way I can access the equity without doing a reverse mortgage? And absolutely. You can do it with what's called a HELOC. HELOC, HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. You can go to any of your banking institutions and say, I would like a home equity line of credit on my home, and they'll pretty much give you a home equity line of credit. Now, some of them will say you have to keep it open for a certain amount of years. A lot of them are 2 years. If you don't keep it open for 2 years, then they will, I don't know, they'll make you pay, not a fine, but they'll make you pay something for having that home equity line of credit open for less than you're supposed to have. That's a question for Brian when he comes here. Don't let me forget to ask Brian about that HELOC, okay? He can probably answer that. All right, so hopefully that helps. Hopes you, Angie. Is Jamie going to design commercial building spaces? Well, you know what? Funny you should ask that. Her project for her school this year was a building for veterans, homeless veterans. So she designed this building that was ADA compatible, American Disabilities Act, for homeless. I don't know if it's even for homeless vets. It was just for veterans in general who are down on their luck, and she did a great job. I wish she was still here anyways. Maybe she could share that with you, but that was her project for this year that she worked with her professor up there to design. I think it was a 3-story building. I think on the bottom floor they had like the cafeteria, they had the employment agency down there to help veterans get jobs, and also a training room to help train them for jobs. So yeah, it was great. You know, she really came up with that all on her own. So that was pretty incredible. Glad she's doing something for our veterans. So when she was looking to see where would this building, I'm not going to call it an apartment building, where would this building be best built? Well, I think the #1 place for homeless vets is Los Angeles. I think #2 is Jacksonville, Florida, where my son's going to school. So we're like, whoa, you know, that's like right next door. That's right here at home in Florida, 2 hours away. So that was cool. So, you know, maybe she can kind of take that around to the federal government and see if maybe they're willing to do something for our vets. Okay, so that is what she's doing with her design, commercial building design, yes. And that's what she came up with. Cat is a memory hog, oh my gosh. I think Jamie's listening to this broadcast, so I'm not gonna, she knows she's getting a laptop, all right? So we're gonna just kind of leave it at that she can use for her CAD program, and something called Revit, R-E-V-I-T. That is a rendering program that she uses at school. That'll help with that. But yeah, a lot of memory. We have a terabyte and 32 gigs of memory. All right, so Jerry Bell wants to know, How many homes are on the market? Good question. So, we have our MLS up. Oh, thought I was signed in already. All right, so oh man, I forgot, I gotta pay my dues. I have some real estate dues I need to pay. All right, search, quick search. Always default to the villages in my search. So, let's see, there's the villages right here. And 278 matches is what we have today. So it's steadily going up. I think it might have been maybe in the 260s a couple of weeks ago, and today it's 278. So I think last time we checked, I told you it was between 5 and 550 is normal for inventory here in the villages. So haven't yet got to that normal mark, but it is steadily going up. So there you go, Jerry. All right, let's see. So that's how many houses are on the market in the villages. Let's see. And Jerry Bell, you got Jamie's name spelled right. Good for you. She's gonna love that. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Let me get back to where I was. Here we are. Let's see, how many homes on the market? Hi, Lee and Laura, that's Angie. I have a couple of more years as well hanging in there. Hello from LaBelle North. There's Bill. What's the problem here?
There's just some feedback.
Yeah, this is the feedback. We're in this room without any kind of sound dampening. That's why I like my room where we usually go. All right, so Wrestler Mania's in the house. Oh, okay, that's why you got her name right, Jerry. She's out there. Hi, Laura. Right now the plan is residential, but I just built a hotel. Okay, sorry. There we go. She calls it a hotel in Revit, directed towards homeless veterans, and I really enjoy doing so I might be swayed. That's commercial. So WrestleMania is in the house. That's good. What's the problem?
I didn't know if you wanted to show yourself. You still have it up on the MLS.
Sorry. Cool. All right, BJ is here, but we're going to kind of, we have some talking about HELOCs and stuff like that before you got here.
How you doing, all right?
So, thank you for coming in. Come on into the picture.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
So, I don't know if any of you saw BJ or Brian last time. How long ago was it?
Oh,
a few months?
Yeah, a few months ago.
A few months ago?
4 or 5 months ago already.
Okay, we didn't forget you.
It's good. I love coming back.
So we were talking about, well, we had, let's see, right up here, we had Angie. Let's say we've spent all of my retirement funds, but I have a home with $350K. Is there a way I can access the equity without doing a reverse mortgage?
Yeah, you could access your equity through a cash out refinance. That would be your only other option, but reverse mortgage would be a great option for you.
What about HELOCs?
HELOC, you can do that as well. A little bit higher on the rate with a HELOC. HELOCs are great for people that have those low rates now that are trying to tap into the equity of their home. They want to keep that low rate, but maybe get some cash out of their home. HELOC's a good option for that.
But HELOCs don't they have low rates?
They're higher than the fixed rate mortgages.
Are they? I thought they used to be lower.
No, they're higher.
Then they used to be lower?
No, not since I've been doing it.
Because I know some people that got HELOCs for like 2.5%, but that was way back when. So you can get your HELOC. But what was the other one you said?
She could do a cash out refinance.
A cash out refinance.
Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll do an appraisal on your home, and depending on your credit score, you're allowed a certain amount of loan to value for what that appraisal comes in, and then you just cash out.
Cash out refinance.
Cash out refinance.
So there's two options for you, Angie.
Yeah, that rate's going to be a little bit higher. There's a little adjustment for cash out refinances. People got to remember, like when they call me, they say, "What's the rate?" And then I say, "Well, what's your credit score? How much are you putting down?" There's all these factors, different risk layers that lenders look at. So, being a cash out refinance, that's one of those little risk layers that it will bump the rate up a little bit.
Now, I know back in the day there used to be bridge loans, but they don't do any bridge loans anymore, right?
Their bridge loans are very few and far between. Yeah,
Plus, they're very heavy with fees, right?
fees and all the documentation that go along with it.
I know sometimes, like, the villages sometimes will do a bridge loan for people, but it's like 10 grand.
Yeah. I mean, there's always fees associated with a mortgage, and you know, when you're financing a home and you look at the closing costs, my company, we don't charge any fees at all, but you have those fees, like you have to set your taxes up and your insurance you have to pay for a year, and then set up another 2 or 3 months cushion for your insurance. So when you say your closing costs are $10,000, you got to remember that a lot of those fees are fees that are going to have to be paid anyway. They're just paid at closing.
What about paying your mortgage down? Do you have a fee for that?
No, there's no fee to pay a mortgage down. If you want to buy it down, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to buy the rate down there.
No. Just okay. So what I'm suggesting is she goes ahead and gets a mortgage on a home here, while she's trying to sell her home. Because if you're gonna get a mortgage anyways, if you think you're gonna get a mortgage anyways, you might as well go ahead and get a mortgage, and then once you sell your home up north, then you can pay that down.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Does your company have a fee?
No, there's no fees. You can pay. There's no prepayment penalties, or if you want to make double payments, that's fine. If you hit the lottery and you want to pay the loan off, pay it off.
So I have some people, what they'll do is they have a home to sell, but they don't want to put all that money into another home here. And so what they'll do is they'll use half the money that they get on their home, and then the other half they'll get with a mortgage. So if that's kind of your, anybody's idea of wanting to do that, then just go ahead and get that mortgage, and then just pay it down once your home is sold. And then, you can put down whatever you want to put down.
Yeah, and now I know, is she the one that mentioned the reverse mortgage?
Yeah, Angie.
Angie, reverse mortgages, they had a terrible stigma attached to them in years past, but there's been some great changes to reverse mortgages. So you can do a reverse mortgage for purchase. A lot of people who sell their homes up north, they have this large sum of cash, and rather than taking it all, and say if you purchase a $300,000 or $400,000 home here, rather than paying all cash, you can take about half of that and put it down, and then do a reverse mortgage, which is a mortgage like any other mortgage. It just means you don't have you're not obligated to a mortgage payment. So it's a great option, especially for retirees and people on a fixed income. We're in this inflationary period right now. And when people get on a fixed income, I think it's a nice option to take a look at, and you need to speak with a lender that will lay that out for you.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, just what I would do is I would just see what all your options are, right? And then look at the fine details and then decide which way is the best to go for you. What are rates doing?
Rates are they're normalizing, I would say. They're still low. I mean, we're in the, like I said, I can't really quote a rate without credit and how much down, what type of property it is, but for a general sense of what mortgage rates, they're in the 6% range. So over the historical mortgage rates, they're still good. I mean, I don't think we're going to see the 2 and 3% come back, but there's a lot of talk that we may dip back into the 4, maybe 5% range in the next year or two. So
that would be great, because I'll tell you what, I was just curious. And I know mortgage rates went down when we had that market crash in 07, 08, 09, 010, 11, 12, 13, 14. It just went down.
Yeah.
So, like you said, they're kind of normalizing. So I was wondering, well, what was normal back in 2006? I think I looked at it. 2004, 5, and 6. Seems like it was 6.5%.
It was right about where we're at, exactly.
So,
and if anybody remembers the 80s, I mean, you might remember doing a mortgage at 15, 16, 17%. So
yeah, that's
it's a lot different. A lot of people are trying to wait, and is the market going to crash? Are housing prices going to come down? And here's my advice to you: purchase now when you can purchase, because no matter what, historically home values are appreciating. And even if you take a super modest percentage, like 4%, and let's say the $400,000 home example, that's $16,000 that you've gained in equity in 1 year. So there's no reason to wait. There's no reason to wait for another 0.5 point of interest to come down, or if you think that the housing market, the price of homes are going to come down. As soon as you're ready, it's time to buy.
Yep, that's why I say, no better time than the present, right?
That's right, that's right.
And this is Florida. So people are still coming and they're still buying.
What are we getting? 800 people a day, I think, moving to Florida.
Yeah, that's kind of what our governor tells us. So there you go. All right, so let me kind of get back to my little chat here. So I have Kelly and Ken. Thanks so much for joining us today in Texas, still in Texas. So I don't know if you all know that Kelly and Ken referred their sister-in-law, or Kelly's sister, Ken's sister-in-law, to me. We found Amy a great farm not too far from here, 4 acres. Kind of almost backs up to the villages because she wanted to be very close to the villages. So again, I just want to say thank you, Ken and Kelly, for having Amy come and get with me, and we were able to make her very happy. Let's see. So when are you going to have your wife on Monday Night Live? We know she can't wait. My wife is not like my daughter. Okay, my daughter has no problem getting in front of these cameras, but my wife, I wanted her to kind of do something about bank fraud, because there's a lot of bank fraud and people going after older people. I mean, she's had people come in and wanting to withdraw $10,000, $20,000 in cash. And she's actually had to come out into the lobby and say, "Sir, why are you withdrawing $10,000, $20,000 in cash?" And they would come up with some kind of an excuse, but they were being scammed. And someone was telling them exactly what to do, exactly what to say, and it's like, it's crazy. So Jerry, I've been trying to get her to come on here to talk about that. Now, she does work for Citizens First Bank, which is owned by the Villages, and they might frown on that, so I think she might be a little reluctant to come on our Monday Night Live for that reason. Not just to mention, I don't think, not everybody can get in front of these cameras. All right, so our monthly payments required with a HELOC.
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, there's two different HELOCs. There's a fixed rate HELOC, and that'll take it to a term, and that has a monthly payment, or you can open up a line of credit and kind of use it at will. So if you don't use that line of credit, obviously no payment would be due.
Right, so like Laura was saying, I have had my HELOC open since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It's open and she can access it anytime she wants.
Right.
But as long as you're not accessing that money, then there's not any payment whatsoever to have an open line of credit towards your home. And correct me if I
No,
say.
you're exactly right. It's just like a credit card. They give you you open up a HELOC and they actually give you a card, and you could use it if you go to Home Depot and you want to remodel your bathroom and you put $5,000 in your card. It goes on your HELOC, just like that.
And Laura goes on to say, Angie, I use some of my HELOC, so I do have monthly payments. So, yeah, they'll give you a certain credit line. They'll give you like, I don't know, 200,000 or whatever, whatever you ask for, I guess. And if you access any of that, they want you to kind of pay that back with interest.
Of course.
All right, Luann and I wish you and your team a wonderful holiday season. So, Wrestler, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Wrestler's gonna say, right, Wrestler? Give Ira the thumbs up. I'm gonna beat you to it. Okay, so. Oh, I jumped ahead here real quick. Wait a second. What happened here? Wait a minute. All right, Laura's trying to get me in trouble. All right. Okay, so here we are back here. Christopher must be working because everything is working. It's Christian, sir. So my dad, Skip, has joined the show. There he goes again. But Skip, since you're a little bit late to the show, Jerry Bell has already called you out and asked if my dad was showing up yet. And so there he is. He is, come on. So thanks so much. I've already kind of give you a plug on your Patreon site there, Mr. Smith. So let's see. So we're talking about the veterans, how they deserve more, and that's why Jamie kind of come up with that idea for a hotel. I don't call it a hotel. I would more call it, I don't know, is a home demeaning to the veterans? I don't think that would be. I would think it'd be more like a home that they do a lot of help there. So Jerry Bell straightened Skip Smith right out. So Christian is worth it. Smash the like. Ira is like, there he goes. Christian is worth every penny of his salary. So yes, he is. And I don't want y'all to say anything to Christian, but he's going to get a good bonus this year. He gets a bonus every year, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and take care of that. About a year, there were only about 50 to 60 homes on the market. That is true. It wasn't even a year ago. It was maybe 6 months ago that there was 50 or 60 homes until they started raising rates.
That's right.
And once they started that,
It settled it down fast, didn't it?
whoosh.
Yeah. And, that's something to consider. If you're in the market for a home now, it's, becoming a little bit of a buyer's market now. There's some room to negotiate.
Right. And we're not having those bidding wars
Yes.
like we used to have.
Right. Sight unseen, waiving appraisals, waiving inspections. Those are all things that you can do now, which should be done when you buy a home. So there's a lot of great opportunity out there. Come on down to the villages.
Come on down, that's right. About a year ago, so Mr. P better, she's in charge of that, better clear that with Sue. I don't know what he's talking about, Mr. P, but anyways, let's see. Ira is my great-grandpa then. Hey, look, there are now two handsome guys to look at. See, ladies, there is meat on the screen. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. See, they get out of control
I
sometimes.
thought this was a family show. Huh?
It is. Look, my face got kind of red there. All right, let's see. Any more questions for BJ while he's here? I know he's telling us he's really expecting rates to go down. We've kind of heard hints of that as well, that maybe the Fed wasn't going to keep raising rates and maybe, you know, that might kind of settle things down a little bit.
Yeah, keep your eyes open tomorrow. The CPI index comes out tomorrow, so that could affect rates positively or negatively. We don't know, but like I said, it's still a good time to buy. It's always a good time to buy.
So if any of y'all are interested in some of, here we go. Wait a minute. So this is BJ's card right here on the screen. This is his information. So if you have your phones nearby, you might be able to take a little photo of that so you have his information. And also, if you all have a QR code, I think a lot of people have QR code readers now on their phones. You can go ahead and, oh, there's baby Gino.
Yeah, all right.
There's his Live Oak Lending USA. What happened just then? My phone went to buzzing and everything. So you can scan these QR codes, and then it'll go right to his website. So I'll leave this open just for a few minutes. Let's see here. Skip's really getting out of control here. Okay, oh, Skip took a break from his computer. All right, so.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm big into customer service. I'll answer the phone. I will get back to you. We can get you pre-qualified for a home, and then we'll turn you over to Ira, and he'll find you a great home here in the Villages.
Let's see here. We have a question here that Christian actually just kind of, that Laura, can retired people still qualify for a mortgage if they are receiving Social Security and have a substantial amount of money in an IRA?
Of course.
I would think so.
There's no age discrimination. If you're 100 years old and you want a 30-year mortgage, we'll write you a 30-year mortgage. And I mean, that's what the Villages and all retired people, you know, they have some kind of pension or Social Security or they're some type of annuity, and that's how you qualify for a home. That's your income, just like any other income.
There you go. Yeah, especially the IRA.
Mm-hmm.
They like that security.
Of course, yeah.
Let's see. Wrestler, thank you very much for stopping by. Skip, thanks so much for stopping by out of your busy schedule. He's getting back to his computer work and doing some of his things. There he is, wrestler, my man, asking everybody for the thumbs up. So Laura's saying when I bought my townhouse in 1998, her interest rate was 7.25%. So there you go.
Exactly.
All right, so how long of a mortgage should you apply for if my intent is to pay it off once I sell my house up north?
What I always recommend people do is take the 30-year mortgage. That way, if something should happen, you can always revert to the lower payment. You know, I'll weigh out all the options for you. We'll look at a 30-year. Even these days now, you can do a 28-year mortgage. I can do a 22-year mortgage. Any time frame that you'd like. But I always like to recommend going for the 30 years. And then, should something happen and you need to revert back to a lower payment, you always can. But what you can do in the meantime is if you want to pay more, you just pay more and that drives the interest rate down. I can give you the 15-year payment, but you're still only obligated to that 30-year payment. It's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, that sounds good. That keeps your payments down initially until you can go ahead and get it paid off. So is there a difference in interest rates?
There is. You get a lower rate on a 15-year mortgage compared to a 30-year. But like I said, you cut that by paying more off each month, and you'll drive the interest rate down.
How much of an interest rate difference is there in a 15 to a 30?
I would say it's probably a half to 3/4 of a point.
Okay.
And it depends on what loan program we do. You know, VA, we do a lot of loans for veterans, the conventional loans, FHA is out there, reverse mortgages. So it depends on the program. They're all different. They're all kind of unique and quirky in their own ways.
Gotcha. So it's not as easy. All right, so let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody. So wrestler, thanks again if you're still around. Jamie Miller's in the house now. I guess she got home safe and is on the computer. All right. Laura's first real job out of college was in a bank, so maybe you and my wife could have a little chat if I could ever get her on this show. Let's see, and Phantom Tees, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. Hello to you. And Jerry's asking how the wing is. So the wing is still the same. I'm back in the gym working out, but I have to work out with 2 different weights because this one is still messed up compared to this one. I get an MRI tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I get an MRI, and then we'll see what's going on back here and see how bad that nerve really is, if it's just damaged or if it's been severed. So keep me in your prayers for that one, and we'll see how that turns out, and I'll kind of give you, I think, the update in our next Monday Night Live. Let's see, so we answered Sandy's question about how long of a mortgage. Do you think the Villages is overextending with all of the development? I will come back to that. Jax, 820. Is it difficult to get a mortgage if I'm retired with retirement investments instead of a paycheck?
No, not at all. It's identical. Income is income. If your retirement or your Social Security benefits, if they're not taxed, you can actually gross those up, because what they do is when they qualify people with a job, we use gross income. So if you're having untaxed Social Security, we're able to actually gross them up so you qualify for more of a mortgage if you prefer a little nicer house.
Because Laura's saying, thanks BJ, one VLS agent, which is the Villages listing system, said it is impossible to get a mortgage if you are retired, even if you have $800,000 plus in investments.
Oh no, give me a call.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are up
Did we
to
get everybody?
date. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let Brian go. Let me put his information back up for you one more time. If you have any other questions, feel free to just call him directly, 352-329-6301. Is that number still good?
That's my office number.
Okay, and liveoaklendingusa.com. And there's his, we got Baby Geo again.
There you go.
There's our, you can scan, let's see what's going on here. You can go ahead and scan those QR codes and that will get you right to Brian's website and all the information you need if you didn't get a chance to. So Skip had to come in here and jinx me, right? That's what he did. So we're gonna say thank you so much to Brian.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas
to
to
all of
you.
you out there. Thank you very much.
And we'll have him back here, another couple months.
Sounds great. I
and
love
see how
being.
things are going.
Okay,
Thanks
take
for
care.
joining us.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks, Brian. All right, so did you fix me?
I think so. I put it in.
Was it in the monitor?
No, it was, I think the second cable was loose, number 2.
Okay. All right, cool. So, there we go. So Chili Dog is in the house. So, Chili Dog, either you haven't been here or you have just been quiet, which is all good. No problem. Hopefully, we got all your questions in before you left. I was thinking we were pretty good. And so, all right. Anyways, Chili Dog says, I'm late, sorry. Well, Chili Dog, as you know, you can always check out the show again, because we always post it after we end the stream, and you're good to go. All right, so here's the deal. In 2 weeks, right? I guess Christmas is on Sunday this year. Is that right?
Yes.
Christmas is Sunday. Monday, the 26th, would be our next live stream. So, normally, I am gone the week after Christmas. That's my time for R&R, usually. Maybe not so much. So, I guess, as of right now, we're gonna go ahead and have our Monday Night Live right after Christmas on the 26th. If things change, we'll let you know. I don't really expect them to change. I think for now, we've decided that we're going to be around after Christmas. I have a couple appointments after that. So if anybody needs to come down and is coming in, then give us a call. Blakely, she went on vacation right after I had my birthday, so the middle of November. She doesn't plan on going anywhere after Christmas or during Christmas. As of right now, I think we should have pretty much a full crew right around the holidays. So if anybody's coming down, let us know. We'll be happy to take care of you. So let's see. I just want to make sure we're not missing anybody. So Mr. P, what gross income years are looked at? Thanks, Brian. So Brian kind of skedaddled out of here before he answered that, but Mr. P, go ahead, feel free to, you never know. Contact Brian, and he'd be happy to answer your questions. Okay. All right, what else we have here? I want to try to hang around for Chili Dog because he just got here. I don't want to bail on him too soon. Let's see here. But we leave the parties and the game show and the games all to my dad, Skip. So we don't have really that. We're just here to try to help you answer your questions. Look, if anybody has any suggestions for videos, feel free to email us at homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to take your suggestions. If anybody has a home that they feel like they would like a look at, we would love to do a video of a home for you. Doesn't matter if you're buying or not. If you're just kind of curious as to what it looks like, let us know. We'll try to find a home. Oh, thanks, Christian. And we'll go ahead and do a video of that. So we've been kind of putting out some videos, informational videos, and but some of our best videos are of homes. And like I said, we tried to get for sale by owners to allow us to put their home on our YouTube channel here, and just didn't get any takers. But like it says here, you're getting a virtual open house so somebody can see your home 24/7. Each video lets our viewers write comments about your home, giving you feedback on your home, which is beautiful. Provides additional exposure if you don't normally get on the internet. And then get a shareable link to share with out-of-town buyers for your video. So yeah, it has a lot of advantages for sale by owners to go ahead and put their home on here. But as an alternative, we can always do other homes if there's homes that you're interested in or you see or whatever. So just let us know. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Y'all have a very Merry Christmas. To all my Jewish friends, have a Happy Hanukkah. And so, like I said, if you have any needs, give me a call, 352-454-9561. If I'm working with people, I do not answer my phone. You may need to call Blakely. Probably want to talk to Blakely anyways. I'd rather talk to Blakely myself. 352-204-9026 is Blakely's office number. I'm sure she would love to hear from you as well. So anyways, and then homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com. By the way, you can text on that 352-204 sorry, 352-204-9026. That's our office number. That's a landline, but you can still text to that number. That's Blakely's desk, and you can get right to her. So again, thank you all for being so loyal and coming on our live stream every other week. And I think the next time we talk, we are working on another YouTube channel. And we'll probably share that with you in 2 weeks. and let you know what's going on. A lot of changes are going to go on here. So just want to make you aware of that. So we'll make you aware of all those changes here in the future, in the very near future. And again, like I said, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thanks so much for being loyal viewers and participate in our chats here. I really appreciate that. So look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks on December 26th. We will confirm that your Christian's off the Friday before Christmas. So we'll probably have Christian post something the Thursday, although we can go ahead and schedule it to go off on Friday. So Thursday or Friday, be looking for a message from us if we're if we're gonna see on the 26th. As of right now, we are. If things change, if my wife surprises me with a trip somewhere for Christmas or whatever, we'll have to see. But thanks so much for watching. See you in 2 weeks. And if not, we'll let you know when. Take care. Like I said, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.